Hello everyone and welcome. Today I have a bunch of replays throughout like the last month or two. I've been playing against an insane amount of the Vanquish Soul K9 decks, and yeah, I just got a lot of like replays because like it's like one of the best decks. But I have this deck has such like an insane matchup into it that just opening up a Vados against that deck is like if you pop that field spell, you're taking them back like 2 years ago. They can't do as much. They lose out on so much. Like their end board is just like horrible. Now if they open the K9s, things get a little crazy. But we also have K9s and we also have counterplay for them. So it makes for some very interesting games. This is most of the replays have like a similar list to this. Some things are different. I think this is the only list with like Sandwich Day, which is a really fun card I was testing out at one point. Some of the ban lists are a little different because it's like from like some of these replays are like a month or so old, so keep that in mind. And yeah, it's just little differences, but you won't even notice. Like I was just testing stuff out, Bujinki, this Sandwich Day, yeah. So, but like, for the most part, it's like mainly like engine stuff that do the thing. So yeah, if you guys are excited to see this, if you guys enjoy it, leave a like and all that. It really helps me out. And yeah, let's get into it. So there's no mystery. We all know what they're playing. They're all playing Vanquish Soul K9, and yeah, this guy starts with Mad Love, and we have the Vados. So this is like the perfect situation to be in. This is like Bad Love's like not like the best opener. The field spell does get them a lot though, but they have the Azuna, so they're able to go for all the K9 stuff. But essentially, we don't really have to worry. Like there is no like a K9 bridge for the Vanquish Soul stuff. Maybe if they like Jokul and reveal Jokul and summon Halisu from the hand, maybe. But let's get a little real. But there's realistically no way to from K9 to Vanquish Soul. There's nothing they can really do. Now this guy also has the Raisin. I was like it's so weird that he didn't open up with this. But Raisin just seems like a much better monster. But he adds the Halisu, and he's getting things going. Like things are not looking good. We attempt to Vados the board, and he has to Ripper this. Like this Vados has gotten rid of his field spell, so it got rid of a search. There's no trap in the end phase, and it got rid of the Ripper negate. So since we have Monster Engrave, I'm like hell yeah, we're dropping the Sandwich Day. We're seeing what we draw. We have a bunch of darks in the deck, but the K9s and the Perulia, it's all Earths. We draw Chaotic Elements, which is actually a pretty damn good card. And it's gonna help us out in the situation. So we threaten the Little Knight, and they just banish it. And probably should have just honestly let it happen. The same thing happened, except he outed two things instead of one thing being outed. I guess I don't get the Vados, but that doesn't really matter that much. So now he goes for a Force Release, and I changed to Fuse. I think I'm scared of him popping the Fusion Trap here. So I was like, you know what, I gotta out this Vados before things get annoying. So of course he's gonna go into the Werewolf, and he's gonna pop the Fusion, which makes sense. Like I don't get to add, but it is what it is. But Vados can do his thing. He looks at our hand. He's gonna banish one. Until the end phase, I believe. And he chooses Extinguishing, which is like, sure. Yeah, that's not bad. And then he drops a Fualos, and, like, we have nothing for this Fualos. Like there's nothing, like, we can play into it, but there's no reason to. So, we normal the Lantern, we never normal summon, we add the Azuna, send Lupus, summon Lupus. I think I threatened the battle phase here, and then he summons out his Lupus. And yeah, I didn't go into the extra. I went to the extra like once in 2 turns, so we have enough of the elements to just pop it, and there's nothing more we need to do. We just have game on board, And you know, like Sandwich Day, probably not the greatest card, but it drew into pretty damn good cards, so can't really complain about it. But this is just like I have several replays, and there's a lot of back and forth between the duels, and like he can't even like be upset. Like he's playing the K9s as well. He might even be. He's definitely playing more K9s than me because I don't have the quick play, I don't have the werewolf, I don't have the chokehold, none of that. So yeah, I just destroyed him. All right, so for this next replay, I once again lost the coin flip, and this hand is like, it's certainly interesting, that's for sure. We have 0 disruptions. They are completely gonna full combo us, but our saving grace is that we have 1 forbidden droplet, and you know we're gonna try and do our thing. I'm gonna speed it up here because we're gonna be seeing, you know, Vanquish Souls getting revealed, added, summon, you know, Earth, Fire, Dark, and all of that. But yeah, we'll speed through them because obviously I'm the more interesting one here. But you know, it's pretty normal. He's getting the full setup. He's got the field spell. He's got 2 level 5s on the field. He definitely really played into really played into Nib, but he could have had this as like, he could have summoned this a little earlier. It was a little weird that he didn't, but whatever. He didn't get punished. And yeah, he's going. Oh yeah, and he looks at my hand. He sees my hand. He sees that it's he sees a bunch of Ashen cards and 1 droplets, but nothing could prepare for what's gonna happen. So yeah, he's still going. All right, so he has 6 cards in hand. I draw. It's another droplet, and it's like all right, this droplets isn't doing much. As soon as I activate the field spell, he sees her. He sees hers, and I'm like, wow, it's very strange. And then immediately he pops the field spell, which gets me stuff. So it's so like random that he does that, but it's like whatever. So we droplets and droplets. We only have to negate the Umbral Horror, and then we get trolled. And it's like, I didn't chain Awakening because I don't want to be Pyro Lock. So he continues to do stuff. He's gonna pop my Priestess, which isn't a bad pop. It's the only real zone. I definitely could have played around that, but it is what it is. So we summon Banshee. We foolish our Volcanic Emperor. We have to attack into this guy, which like really sucks. But we can still summon the Volcanic Emperor, and we can still make Garunix. And Garunix can pop the field. You know, he's gonna recover some stuff, you know, bounce this back, whatever. And but we Garunix for 6, technically 7, because it was my monster too. But that was a pretty damn big Garunix. So we're pretty happy off that. So he immediately normal summons Rosin in the Zeus zone, and I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. So I Zeus and I chain Awakening to get some follow up. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna get Lantern. I like Lantern. Lantern does a lot more for me because I think every field spell is in the graveyard right now. Yeah, 3 field spells are in the grave, so Zeus and Queen aren't going to do anything, but Lantern can definitely do something. 1,000,000% he's going to have cards in his hand. He sees her, he pops the Zeus, doesn't attack. I don't know why. Top deck, another droplets. We've seen all 3 droplets this game. It's only turn 4. So we get our case, and he chains the pop, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to let that resolve, because I don't want to droplets give up this Lantern. He max sees. He's going to get 1 draw off of it, but whatever. And we didn't really have to commit anything to anything. We just, yeah, Volcanic Emperor just gave him the burn and everything on the follow-up. He wasted the pop super early, so he couldn't force me out or anything. But, I get why he popped, because he had the Maxi in hand. So, like, it could have been a little awkward if I have, like, the K9s and I play into the Maxi and I just OTK him anyway. But it is what it is. The last time it was the K9s, this time it's the Volcanic Emperor. But this dude got absolutely destroyed. We didn't have hand traps or anything. He had the full board set up and he still lost. That's a little embarrassing. Honestly, that wouldn't have been me. If I was sitting on that other side and I was playing against this nonsense and looked at their hand, couldn't have been me, bro. Alright, now into our third replay. We actually win the coin flip this time, and we're going first, and we're doing our thing. Normal summon Priestess, it gets ashed, and our hand, pretty damn dog shit. So that's pretty unfortunate. But we can go for the Azuna, we can go for our K9 stuff. And, you know, you've seen K9 stuff a bit. So we'll speed it up, you know, Ripper, Detach, Lantern, and all that. And yeah, you know, this is looking pretty damn good. We have a book, we have a case. Obviously, we don't know what he's playing, and we have Azuna for next turn. And I add the Queen instead. I think I go for Queen here. Yeah, I pop the case and that, and I'm like, you know, it's a pretty good board, and I'm pretty happy about it. I probably should have went for Vados, but obviously I didn't know what he was playing. This guy Jokel's instantly, and I'm like, Jokel's such a damn problem. I don't feel like going with that. And then he has the talents, and I'm like, oh, here we go, man. He makes a Zeus, detaches. He still has Valon. He still has Valon on this Zeus, and then he goes for these guys, and I'm like, oh man, this is not a good situation to be in. He draws a card, and I go straight for the Vimana, and I equip onto the Vimana so that I can keep the Lupus on it when I detach. He goes for Rock. And I'm like, you know, he really doesn't have much. He has this Borger, but for the most part, he really doesn't have much. He ends on basically nothing. Sadly, I can't equip another material into this, but now I can. But like, I have to. Oh, I don't know. I guess I'm fine. I guess I'm tweaked out. But I negate the Rock because I don't want him to Borger draw anything, and then he has the Maxi, and I'm like, well, that was a very, very wasted Vimana. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can try and OTK him. Maybe I can OTK him through all this. So we're going to try and do our thing. We're shuffling stuff back. We're summoning the Banshee. And before I can search for the Volcanic Emperor, he has Nash Knight. And we have to attack the Zeus first. And I'm like, well, this is a pretty damn shitty situation to be in. He has 6 cards in hand. He has the Lupus Engrave, and we top deck an Ash. Well, top deck. We draw in the end phase an Ash. We have Vimana attaching Valon, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool material to have. And then he instantly goes for the Rosin, and I'm like, all right, well. He's definitely got everything. He can pop. He can threaten the Vimana. There's a lot he can do here. So we knew he had the Jokel and the Lantern in his hand still, and he's basically able to completely full combo here. He got the Jacks. He's jacking it. Pops the King. Goes for the Ripper. Obviously, I have no hand traps or anything, but. You know, he doesn't have to worry about that. If I did have some random miscellaneous effect. And he goes for the Werewolf with the Release Restraint. He pops that. And now it's like super strong. It does double battle damage. And yeah, there's nothing I can do here. Even the Lupus to like body block and attack, they negate it. So literally nothing I can do. Yeah, Maxi Resolving was like huge. I knew he had basically nothing in hand. But maybe he drew the Borger off the Maxi, drew a return, whatever the case. He definitely baited me out because I was more scared of like the Borger drawing into the Maxi. I should have just held it, but there's so many things he could have drawn into. But yeah, you know, that's just how it is sometimes. That's just the way the coin flips. Now, those first 3 replays were from like I think they were from like March, super old. And this one's more recent. This one's from like April. And we lose the coin flip, but we get the Humble Perulia. And this hand is complete doo-doo. But he plays into the Perulia, and it's all of a sudden it's playable. A little playable. I'll speed it up because we know what's going to happen. And he's given us like 2 draws already. Barely anything has happened. And he's playing into some more. Holly Sue, and like he's adding back, so obviously, you know, he's not gonna summon from the hand, but yeah, we've got 7 cards in hand. We've drawn 3 times off this Barulia, 4 times. He just keeps. I don't know why he's so confident in this board. He's like playing into this like some kind of maniac. And I think he was about to end here, and I was like, you know what? If I Vados this, then he can't get the trap in the end phase. He goes for an IP. He's clearing out his board a little bit, and he goes for a Nash Knight. This Nash Knight's like really, really good. It's clearing out the Vados from his board, and he goes into the Chaos, and then he goes into the Umbral Horror, and then this pops a Spell Trap. So like that Nash Knight got so much value. It cleared out the Vados. It popped the trap. But we just have so much, like it doesn't even matter. So we start with the Inferno, and he Little Knights, and he pops the Field Spell. I don't know why they always get rid of the Field Spell right away. Like, and then yeah, he tries to max C, and we're not having a repeat of the last game. We are definitely called buying that, and because of him getting rid of the Vados, this Inferno's live, so it's able to like send stuff away, which is really, really good for some removal. We go for the Banshee. I don't think we're locked into anything. Oh yeah, called by Maxi. Yeah, we're not locked into anything. And then he pops the Banshee, and I'm like, you know what? That's super reasonable. But I have the monster already, so. Or did I search it and then he popped it? I wasn't paying attention. There's so much going on. So we summon a boy out, and here's a cool thing I do. I set everything so that this werewolf can't banish anything useful. Because I'll slow it down here a little bit. Because yeah, there's a bunch of useful things we have in hand, and we take the Holly Sue, and then we overlay into Vamana. I don't have an XC engraved, but that doesn't matter. We have a monster negate. That's all that matters. He activates this to try and banish something from my hand, and I'm like, hell no, and I negate it with a Vamana. Because right now his board is basically nothing. We summon out the Zuna, send Lupus, summon Lupus, and we're making, I think, Ripper here. Yeah, we're making the Ripper here. Now, if he has anything in hand, we don't have to worry about that either. Grab another girl just in case, and we can pop these 2, summon out the Queen, and then attach the Banshee just so it's strong enough, and then we send Vados, add Vados. Now we're Pyro locked, but it doesn't matter. We've done everything else we need, but we really need Embers of the Ashen here, because he's the only one who can get through this werewolf. So it can destroy it automatically, declare another attack, and it clears out all their big threats. And then Vamana for game. I don't know why he put into the Perulia so much. Like any deck could have beaten him if you give them if you double their hand size. Like, it's absolutely insane. Not only did he give me so much, but he gave me the Vados that Vados put in like an insane amount of work. Like it you know, obviously it stops the field spell and all that. But he did get the value off the field spell. He did get his search, but he didn't get the end phase Snow Devil, and he became so paranoid about the Vados that like he removed it, which wasn't the smart thing to do. He removed it and the fusion trap, but it made Inferno alive, and Inferno was just basically like it was just a super free removal at that point. And it was just yeah, we just had too much. We drew into the elements, which is just great into boards, especially when they have lights and darks. So everything we had was just like everything we had we used. Like the only thing we didn't use was like the Ashen for Eternity, but like that's because we set it that turn. We just, you know, it's gone. It's whatever. But like, you know, even the field spell coming up to making them pyros for embers to destroy the werewolf, like everything we had was just very, very useful in use. It was pretty damn great. It was great. And we have one more for you. Alright, so unfortunately, this is our last replay, and we lose the coin flip on this one as well. It's funny, the only one, I think the only one we won the coin flip on was the one we lost. But, you know, maybe we lose this one, maybe, we'll see how it goes. So they start with the raisin. We have an insane hand. Like, obviously, I'm honest with you, you know, we can't lose with this hand. We have full combo in the Awakening. We have so many disruptions for this guy. It's utterly insane. We have the Ash, the Vados, and the Azuna, which are all just extraordinarily good against them. And, yeah, he opened no K9s, which is even worse for him. So there was really nothing you could do. So we go for the Awakening, and we grab the Queen, and he drops a Maxi, and it's like, all right, well, we learned our lesson before. We're not gonna play into this. There's no reason for us to do literally anything, because I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna save this Azuna as like a hand trap or something. He doesn't activate the rock. I think he's like worried about it or something, but I'm like, whatever. We have our fusion set. We can play on his turn as much as we can play on our turn. So I think we're super chilling here. We pop as quote unquote his Obsidian. We get our search, and then we just go for the fusion Vados. Because as we know, Inferno, you know, we're gonna have these Vados in grave, and Inferno's gonna put in that work. So he summons, he reveals an attempt to protect us from card effects, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna get rid of it. I don't even want to deal with it. It being like it's sticking around. Hell no. So I pop it. I change to pop it, and the Vados pops everything. And because he revealed Zhao Long is coming out, and he has the Holly Sue in hand as well. And I'm like, he had all these cards in like where did all these things come from? Like, why didn't he do this before? But whatever, it is what it is. So he's gonna reveal, and he's gonna take. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go for the Azuna here. And then he's gonna bounce back to summon, which is like completely fine because this Caesar is not threatening our Lupus at all. Because he only has 2 cards in hand. It's literally impossible for him to reveal Earth, Fire, Dark. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for Vamana here. I mean, not Vamana, Valon. And I'm just gonna book this Zhao Long. And then I don't know why I summoned in an attack position. Literally no reason to. He's 2 big ass monsters. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll just pop this too. So he attacks for quite a bit, and then he does something cool here. Like, this is actually a really cool play. He goes for rock, and then he adds back the rosin, and then he goes for the other rock, who is funnily enough, this is a pyro monster. He goes for Vanquish Soul rock, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. And then he goes for Zeus because he attacked into my Valon, which is an XC monster that battle. And I'm like, wow, that is quite the threat. And then he Zeus's at the end phase. And I'm like, well, you know, it clears out the Vados, but that doesn't really matter. Top deck Elements. Elements is a clutch hitter in this matchup. And, you know, we just pop the Zeus. You know, it doesn't even matter. And then we go for these guys. And then he's got the whole setup already. You know, he's gonna Holly Sue. He's gonna Rosin. But we know he has 2 normal summons in hand. He's gonna summon another Rosin. You're gonna get the Valius. He's gonna destroy this. He's gonna destroy this Lantern, which is like, all right, cool. It is what it is. I activate this. I think I don't have any. Yeah, 2 of them are engraved. 1 of them is in my hand. It is what it is. No free field spell off the Inferno, but you know, such is life. He summons the Valius. I threatened the Holly Sue, and he was like, not my Holly Sue. And then I summoned this Lupus, and he pops it, and I'm like, you know, that sucks, but it sucks, but it is what it is. The Inferno and the Obsidian have definitely did what they need to. So I didn't normal summon, so I can just go for Priestess off the Obsidian, the Shaman, and then go for rank 4 plays. I shoveled 3 back, and then I was like, oh yeah, all the field spells are in the grave, so that, you know, I guess it just recycled resources, but we didn't get the most important part of it. And then we add the Emperor, and we just go for the Emperor. The Emperor puts in way too much work. for us not to. And we can just attack, clear out his board. And because of Queen, these guys are banished. So he's got one less Rosin and one less Caesar. But he's playing 2 Caesar, which is very, very strange. And he already has a Rosin, so it doesn't like completely matter. But he's at 1400 life points with 2 summons, basically. He can only summon twice because of the Volcanic Emperor. So he summons the Holly Sue. And then he activates the special summon. And I'm like, okay. He summons the Borger. And then he draws one. And he normal summons the Rosin. And I'm like, okay. So he's gonna pop the zone. And I was like, he probably could have done this a little sooner. You know, he could have saved himself a little bit of life points. So he pops the Emperor, so now he can play. But we get a material on our Zeus. And then he goes for Typhon. And I'm like, this is a pretty damn good Typhon. It stops my Zeus. The Volcanic Emperor can't burn him next time it's summoned because it has 3100, of course. And then he bounces my Zeus. And I'm like, that was actually a pretty good move because I couldn't even fuse away for Blaze Phoenix. But I'm literally a genius, so I banish the trap to make it a Pyro, and then I banish it. I take control of it with the elements because it's a Dark Pyro. I summon the Volcanic Emperor, banishing it, removing it from the field, which would burn him for game. But he's like, you know what? I'm gonna get out of here. That move was just insanely sick. I don't even know how you thought about that. He literally did everything he possibly could have, but he never could have seen that coming because it was just so extraordinarily out there. He like he literally saw a move that was so like that, and he was like, after XC summoning, Link summoning, special summoning, destroying cards, after doing all these things, all these dailies, all these normal summons, he's literally got categories for every daily except for solo mode, and he was like, I will relinquish it all because that move just had too much aura. This random Asian guy, I don't know if this is, I don't know, I can't tell the letterings. I know it's not Korean, Chinese or Japanese, whatever. This random guy was like, my Maxi OCG brain couldn't comprehend your TCG exclusive plays. Like, I'm out of here. But yeah, that last duel, I was there's a lot of really cool plays and stuff like that throughout these that I really enjoyed. I really had a lot of enjoyment with. It was a fun, very, 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 very fun duels. Some duels against this deck, they don't go like that. They just sometimes they just end on an insane board, and you just don't have basically any board breakers. There's not much you can really do. One of your main board breakers is actually the Vados himself, and Ripper negates it being summoned, and Ripper also negates it in the graveyard, trying to destroy everything. So it's actually, it's one of the best decks for a reason, but we just randomly have such a good matchup into it. Especially when they open like just Vanquish Soul, like opening the Vados, like it cuts them off so much. It cuts, like, if they lead Mad Love and they add the field spell and you pop the field spell, that's a search they're not getting. That's the trap that they're not getting, and now they just have to worry about this Vados on the field. And then you have the Vados, you have the trap set. Now you can fuse away their board. It's I think in my previous replays with this deck, I think I had a replay against Vanquish Soul as well. Vanquish Soul K9 as well. That deck is just way too common for some reason. Now it's all Cool Tune. Cool Tune has made me take a little break from the game. But yeah, it's very, very fun. It was a lot more fun than Cool Tune, that's for sure. The deck is quite insane, but man, when you play like this, you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. If you like all these, if you like these replays, I know some of these are a little old. Some of them were from like May. The last one, the one before this one, was from like March. No. Some of these were from March. One of these was from April, and one of them was from like early May. So yeah, I know it's a little. Some of them are a little old, but like I don't think the deck was like ever touched in any way. So I think both of these decks are like literally like basically the same. Like throughout those months, like other than me testing random stuff and some of these people playing random ratios like 2 Caesar and whatnot, but that's it. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.